Welcome back, everybody, to the Real Ones, Real Talks podcast. I'm your host, John, here with my guy, Will.
What's up?
Before we jump in, we just want to take a pause and acknowledge some heartbreaking news that happened this week about Charlie Kirk. Just want to say, no matter what side of politics you're on, Charlie was someone who gave his life to what he believed in. And beyond that, he was a husband, a father, and now his kids are facing life without their dad. So that's something that goes way deeper than politics could ever go. And in his passing, it's a sobering reminder that life is very short and tomorrow is never promised, and we need to choose love, grace, and peace while we still can. So our prayers are with his wife and children and everyone mourning his loss. But I just want to start the episode by going over that because that's kind of something that hit pretty home this week.
With that being said, it's hard to transition into an episode after something like that.
Yeah, difficult transition. So with that being said, I'll let Will take over.
We got a guest on today, and his name is Isaiah. We'll talk about your intro here in a minute, but just a quick little thing from us here. He is 18, almost 19. He's working in youth camp, which I think is crazy. So I want to hear about that. Also, his journey is powerful because he grew up in foster care. He's facing challenges that could have broken a lot of people. Instead, he's chosen to use that experience to serve, lead, and to pour into others. So with that being said, Isaiah, want to...
Yeah, like he said, my name's Isaiah. I'm 18. I'll be 19 here in a couple months. During the summer and sort of here in the winter, I work at youth camp, Camp Chautauqua. This is my second year working there. I worked there last year. This year I would be considered what they call a senior intern since I'm now an adult and out of high school. Last year I was something called a junior intern, so we got less hours, less pay, and less responsibilities.
Okay.
So now that it's kind of in the winter, they don't need me nearly as much as they used to. So I'm kind of I'm working. I think they want me up there here soon, but I'm now working at McDonald's, kind of saving up money so I can eventually go to college.
Yeah. What are you going to college for?
I'm majoring in geology with a specialization in paleobiology.
That's cool, man.
Can you please translate that into English? What is, I can't even pronounce, paleobiology?
Paleobiology. It's essentially a paleontologist. So they go and they study dinosaurs, marine reptiles, flying reptiles, like all that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's pretty dope.
Is it strictly just the flying reptile?
No. Like I said, there's marine reptiles, there's the Mesozoic, so like you got the mammoths, you got saber-toothed cats, you got those kind of things as well. It's just extinct life, essentially.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's something I wanted to do since I was very young. My mom claimed I wanted to do it since I was 2 years old. I'm not sure if it was that young, but like I said, very young. I've wanted to do this for a very long time. And now that I am accepted into the college,
congrats.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. Just gotta here soon figure out how much I gotta pay for that.
It's gonna be an absurd amount of money.
Yeah.
How many years is it?
I'm going for the master's, so it'd be 4 years, I think.
That's
should be 6.
6 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
6 years. Because 4 years is undergrad, which is like bachelor's.
Yes, you're right. So yeah, if you want to get like to the highest level, it can be up to like 13 years of college.
Yeah,
Darn,
you're a
cool.
doctor. Then you're gonna be a doctor.
Darn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of schooling and it's lots to learn. I'm very excited and very ready to take on that task.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
I'm excited for you.
Have you ever found like any sort of like fossils or anything?
I mean, just some. Actually, we did. One time there was a creek by our old house we went into, and my brother William, he found like a half of a skeleton of some small like lizard-like animal. Like it was embedded into the rock, like it was a fossil.
Oh, okay.
It was really cool. He lost it. I don't know where it went. I'm very upset about that.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's usually just you find corals or you'll find like a bunch of shells,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Just mostly because of where we were. It
Yeah.
was Ohio. I believe at the time was underwater, so you'll find a lot more shark teeth. You'll find corals. You'll find shells. All that kind of stuff.
That's pretty cool. Didn't think you'd find shark teeth here.
No, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But all right, so to transition into a little bit, want to say an opening question. So
Yeah.
as because this is what your second, I would say, season as a youth, what is it, camp counselor or
It would be. We can just say yeah.
yeah, camp counselor. All right. What's one of the funniest camp stories you have?
Okay. I have two. One of them involves my brother. The other one involves my friend Gideon. So the first one, this was last season. You guys know what the giant swing is, right?
No.
No.
So essentially, it goes up about 45 feet. We have a tractor. It pulls the rope back. You go up about, like I said, about 43 feet. There's this brake you hold on to, and you let go. All right. So this maybe middle school age, young girls are going up, and they swing, and once they get down, they start slowing down. You have to go up and kind of like tap their outside leg to slow down the momentum, so that you can catch them and get them on the ladder and get them off the ride. So Gideon's doing this, and he's over there, like tapping their outside leg, slowing them down. Well, the girl starts like giggling and goes, "I need to tinkle," and so he thinks she's just laughing. He's like, "Oh, don't do it on me," just kind of mess with her. And so they get him on the ladder, and he feels something running down his arm.
Oh my god.
He looks down, or he looks up at her, looks down. She peed on him.
Oh my god.
Which actually he was a trooper, because he had somebody came in and filled in for his job. He went, washed off, and came right back and kept working. So
That's hilarious.
I've been out.
yeah, no, I would have been done. I'm like, yep, nope,
I'm going
I'm done
home.
for the day. Goodbye. But with William, my brother, so it's me and a couple of the other counselors. We're sitting in there. They're going to have a pizza party. So they're in service. The winning team is about to come in and have their pizza party. Well, and they let us have a couple of slices before they came in. And so my one of our buddies grabs the last slice, and William was up. He's like, "Bro, I wanted that. Give me that." He's like, "No." And so he keeps on eating, and eventually it gets to this point where there's just a small one, and he tries to give it to him. He's like, "No, I don't want that." He goes, "Give me the one out of your mouth." And so jokingly, he pulls it out and goes, "Here." William grabs it and pops it in his mouth
Oh,
and eats it and swallows it.
that's crazy.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
We dog on him to this day about that.
That's messed up.
That was also last year.
Jeez.
Dude, camp kids are weird.
So, did you attend Camp Chautauqua before you became a counselor?
Yes, I was a camper since second grade.
Wow.
Yep.
So, I guess there's been a lot of differences between being a student and being a counselor.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, like, I guess as you get into the high school era of being there, what's different between, because I feel like in high school, I don't know, if I was there and I was in high school, I'd feel obligated to help the counselors,
Mhm.
especially if there's a younger group there. I'm not really sure how the group ranges go.
So usually we do have a camp that has all ages,
Okay.
but it's normally like high school, middle school, and then kids camps. That's
So,
usually how it's split up.
okay.
Do they do it all at like the same time, or is it like different weeks?
Different weeks. So there's different camps. So like there's engage camp, there's rush camp, there's fuel camp. Like there's a bunch of different camps that come.
Okay. So, I guess like in your junior, senior year,
Mhm.
transitioning into being, well, I guess you was probably a senior your first year, right?
Yeah, I was a senior. Yeah.
So your sophomore, junior year, because we'll rewind a little bit.
Mhm.
What did that look like as you was transitioning into being a counselor? Like, was you already kind of serving in a way, or was you?
No, because the stuff that we do, the campers are not allowed to help with.
Okay.
Like it's dangerous if they help, because
Okay.
they're not trained on the stuff that we do. But from a just in camp perspective, I'm get to the point where I'm starting to become a leader in our youth group. So, I have to step up, and if people are doing stuff they shouldn't be, I have to step up and be like, "Hey, we probably shouldn't be doing that." Leading by example. So going up and worshiping, jumping around, doing whatever, being hype, get it,
Yeah.
because the younger kids, they look up to the older kids.
Right.
So
Okay.
if you're not excited to be there, they're not going to be excited to be there.
Okay.
And that kind of works the same way. Because I did help at a camp, like I was actually camp counselor for engaged kids, and it was the same way there. If you weren't excited to be there, they were not excited to be there, so they kind of look to you as
Yeah.
an example.
Of course.
So if they see you coming out of your shell a little bit, I want to
Acting
say
goofy.
getting excited. Yeah.
Yeah, acting goofy, jumping around. Yeah,
Then it kind of helps let them like warm into it a little bit.
absolutely,
because
because they don't feel like they're the only ones
Yeah.
doing it. They feel
Yeah.
like, okay, everybody's doing it, so I can just have fun.
Yeah, because then you're gonna look more weird not doing anything
Absolutely,
when everybody else is doing something. So it forces you to kind of.
There's kids that'll come up to me to this day because we did the monkey dance and we had some monkey masks and I wore one. And I would just mess around like, who was that? I'll mess like, that's you. I'm like, no, I don't know who that was. And to this day, I'll have kids that were at that camp come up to me like, yeah, I know you were the monkey. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. What made you want to be a counselor?
I think just seeing the impact they had on other people's lives. And I kind of wanted to be a part of that. Like, these guys are doing a lot for the Lord because we get hundreds of people who get saved every year. So, and they're doing the people I watched, like Deacon, Gideon's older brother, he was a camp counselor at Chautauqua, and he did a great job. And it's just seeing that kind of fire that they have for Jesus. And I want to be a part of that. I want to help bring others to Christ.
Yeah,
It's contagious, isn't it?
It is. And actually, this past summer, I think it was fuel camp. The power went out for it only went out for a night, but the power went out. And that didn't stop any of the campers. They still had their senior party. They said that was probably one of the best senior parties they've ever had. Like, as we're going through, me and one of my buddies were doing something called night clean. So you go and you clean the bathrooms, you clean the hallway, you take out the trash. And so we're going to pick up the trash trailer to bring it over to the dumpsters. And there's a couple people standing off to the side actively getting saved. Like, even while
that's awesome.
Satan is attacking and he cut the power off, people are still getting saved no matter what. So I think they had more. Actually, I think some of the kids had more fun with the power out than when we had the power.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
It's awesome. So kind of we'll transition a little bit and we'll kind of get more into like your testimony and backstory. So you got put into foster care. So are you able to share kind of what it was like, that situation coming into it?
Yeah, absolutely. So at the time, I want to say 7. I remember the day that it happened. I was just getting off school. It was a rainy day. I think it was a Friday. We're coming home on the bus. Me and my brother. Abigail wasn't old enough to go to she's my younger sister. She wasn't old enough to go to school yet. So me and William are coming home from some school, and we look out. And at the time, we're living with our uncles because there's some stuff that happened at home because they originally moved us because that's the first thing they do. What is they move you to the closest living family member, so that you're like not in the system, but you're still in the system, like you're away from that home. I didn't know this at the time, but he had overdosed and he had passed away that same day, which is the reason why we were going into it. And I remember coming home being super excited because I saw my mom and dad out waiting by the bus stop. So we got super excited. We run out, screaming, "Mom, Dad, give him a hug." My mom starts crying at that time. Again, I had no idea why. So we get in the car, and they take us to this building. I had no idea what this building was. And we sat there for a couple hours, and in there, it kind of clicked. I was 7, so they had kind of talked about this possibility. So I'm sitting there, and it kind of clicked in my head, like, oh, I think that's what this is. And I was not happy about it at all. They brought us to the building, which they weren't supposed to do. Our parents brought us to the building, which, again, like I said, they weren't supposed to. The social workers were supposed to come pick us up, but instead they had them bring us there. And I remember the drive over to the first house we lived in. They were a black lesbian couple.
Wow.
One of them was Anik. I do not know the other one's name because all they ever referred to her was Babe.
Okay.
So I have no idea what her name is.
Interesting. Okay.
Hey, babe.
But that was a terrible home to be in. Pretty much as soon as they left, they were not good people.
How long was you there?
Let's see. So it was in the school year, so it would probably be August is when we got there, if I had to guess. We were there until the end of that school year. So it went through
Wow.
probably about 6 months, a little less maybe. I'm not
Okay.
100% sure. But there was times their punishments were weird. Like William, we had bunk beds and he was hanging on the bed and he got in trouble for that. And so they had him do nothing but sit on the steps for I think 3 or 4 months.
Whoa.
It was a long time. And then he came back and he leaned on the bed and he got in trouble again and sat there for another month.
Wow.
They had Abigail. She was probably 4 at the time. She was very young. She did something. They had her sit in the corner until midnight.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And they were very big on like, once you go to bed, you're not allowed to talk at all. So the very first night, they did not tell us this. I'm talking to one of the other kids who's there. And so all of a sudden he stops talking. I'm like, what? And I look over and Anika's standing there in the doorway. She's like, come with me. So we go down. She has us sit on the steps. And they kind of like made fun of us. Oh, it's first night troublemaker, blah, blah, blah. I was there probably until 2 a.m. before they finally sent me back to bed.
Holy
That's
cow.
wild. And you didn't
Yeah.
even know.
No, I had no idea about that rule. No. And there was times where they would pull us out because they would hear us talking and they would wait till we were asleep and then wait until like 4 or 5 a.m. to pull us out of bed and put us in the corner for hours.
Did they not have jobs?
One of them had jobs, yeah.
I was gonna say because like
The other one was kind of stayed home with us.
okay, I was gonna say because there's no way on earth like I don't have kids, but I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna wait until they fall asleep and then I'm gonna wake them up and then
Yeah.
sit there with them. Like that's
They don't sit. No, they went to bed. They went to bed. They made us sit there. There was one time I walked away and they did not like I got in a lot of trouble because I just went back to bed because they left. But that's some of the stuff they kind of did, and it wasn't a fun time there. And so finally, one of the other social workers kind of realized, okay, this isn't a good situation. So they kind of like take us by one, kind of figuring out what's going on. And that's when they moved us to Richard and Christina's house, the house I'm living in now. They moved us there, I want to say, end of July, maybe. I'm not too sure. At this point, I'm 8. And usually they do visits with parents, but like I said, I didn't know this at the time, but my mom had gone to jail for drug use. And so we go and we haven't seen my mom in forever. And we didn't even see her for years. And I didn't see her until I was maybe 14, 15. But maybe a week into living with them, we get told we're going to a visit. We're like, oh, okay, great. So we go in, our grandpa's sitting there. And I ask him, like, we give him a hug. He's in a wheelchair because he had diabetes and he didn't take care of himself. So he had one of his legs amputated because he did take care of his diabetes. And so, we hop up on the wheelchair, give him a hug. We sit down and he's talking to us. He's like, yeah, your dad passed away. He had overdosed on drugs.
Man.
So again, I know I've said this a lot, but at the time I didn't really understand. I'm 8 years old. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't like fully set in and hit
Yeah.
home.
It didn't fully set in until a couple weeks later. I'm sitting in his at his funeral. I'm looking at the pictures of him and realize like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to see him again. And William and Abigail, they were very young, which in a way I'm thankful for, because I don't think it hit them as hard as it would have if it happened now. And so that happens. And like I said, this was like maybe a week or 2 into us living there. So my mom's like, I'm not telling them that. I'm not telling these kids that. That's why we had that visit with our grandpa. Actually, not too long after that visit, he ended up passing away from his diabetes. And so we go through, we're living there, and it's so much better than that either houses we lived in. Both our parents loved us a lot, but because they were doing drugs so much, they didn't have money. So there was times where our electric got cut off. I still remember the smell of opening the fridge door and all the food inside being rotten.
Ugh.
Cool.
I've gotten hit by that smell a couple times because we had just food go out or we'll have our power go out. And I remember hitting that smell. I'm like, oh, it brings you back.
Yeah.
Smell is like a very big factor in just memory
Mm.
in general. So we go through and we're living there, we're having fun. I meet my then best friend. He lived right across the street from us. And I think he helped me a lot in just kind of feeling normal and kind of getting to the sense of this is how we are now. And I want to say a couple years later, we get adopted. So we get adopted. I want to say a year later, maybe. I'm not on. I'm very fuzzy on timeline back then, if you can
Right.
tell.
No, you're wrong, and like part of like I want to say all the trauma responses, it just kind of fuzzes.
Yeah.
So I completely understand.
Absolutely. So we're pretty much in a normal life now because this is like, all right, well, this is what it is. And so we go. Actually, I ended up going to kids camp. Met a couple friends. I guess this is probably second grade, and then it gets to. Hold on, before that, my dad used to be the kids pastor at our church, and the very first Wednesday night I got saved. I'm putting that in air quotes because I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. He said, all right, go ahead and it's getting to the call and response time. So he's like, all right, everybody heads bowed, eyes closed, no one looking around. And I kind of like tuning him out, but all I hear is raise your hand. So I raise my hand. And so I'm brought in, Rob Quigley. He's talking to me about it, and he kind of talks to me about the decision I'm about to make. And so we pray. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm saved. And a couple years later, I'm in middle school. So I'm now at this point, it's now engage. And so we're sitting there, and I'm talking to Jacob Ware, one of our youth pastors. We're walking around the cabin, and we're just having this conversation about Jesus, life, and all that. And finally, it finally dawns on me, like, okay, this is what I need to be doing. So that's when I actually gave my life to Jesus. I'm probably 12 at 13 this time. And so I go home and I'm on fire for Jesus, and I start working in the kids ministry. At the time I was working in the nursery, then I moved up to the 2 and 3-year-old class, and then I move up to 4th and 6th, and then I move up to what would be called the gym time, which we go in pretty much before, in between services, and the parents would drop off their kids, and we would be like the in-between so that there's not like kids running around the church.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I'm about 14, 15-ish, and I'm talking to my dad. He takes me out for dinner because my birthday's coming up and it's around the Christmas time. And he's like, hey, you get your mom's gonna come to Christmas. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, she was working at Texas Roadhouse, and we kind of met her there. And he told me like they kind of like stalked her for a bit to make sure she was clean and off the drugs, which she was totally off of it at that point. And so like, I'm excited. I'm not telling William and Abigail. I'm like, that's gonna be a surprise. They're gonna see her. And I remember at first they had no idea who she was because she changed a lot over the years.
Yeah.
And they were so young. And I remember running up and hugging her and going in. She gave us the presents. We hung out to get together for just a couple hours, and finally she had to leave. But from then on, until I was 16, I think, because that's when I got my temps. No, that's when I got my temps. We for about between like 13, 14 to then, we got to go over to her house. We met her then boyfriend, who then became her husband. I got to walk her down the aisle.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
That's
that
actually
was-
really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was very shocked that she decided to have me do it, but also at the same time, I kind of wasn't. But I was very happy to do that for her. And gave her a way to get married, and then like we kind of grew this relationship again after so many years of not seeing her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the 2 days, I didn't know this, but 2 days after I got my temps, she ended up passing away because she a month or two before, she was trying to get a tire out of the back of her car, and it got stuck, and so she kept pulling on it, and it hits her in the chest. It breaks her ribs and punctures a lung, and she doesn't go to the doctor for a long time. And so I remember seeing her the last time I saw her, she had lost so much weight. She was coughing up blood and all, and I remember just hugging her. I brought her a pack of cigarettes. I hate that I did that, but it's like, whatever. I was told to do this. Here you go. Um, give her a hug. Goodbye. Left. And she ends up going to the hospital, and they were so sure that she was going to be fine. Like, they got her stabilized. Like, she was good. Like, Charlie, her husband, left to go get her clothes. And while she was gone, she ended up passing away.
Man.
Which I almost kind of rejoice, because she was a Christian, a very good Christian. She believed in Jesus Christ. She had so many things, so many times she could have decided that she didn't want anything to do with God, but she stayed on that path, on the straight and narrow. And now she's with Jesus, thankfully.
Yeah.
Her pain's gone. But I remember that was a time where, for a good couple months, I questioned God, like, why would you do that? Like, I just got her back. I just got to build a relationship with her, and you took her away. And I kind of had to just realize that it was just her time. Like, it was time for her to go, and it was time for her to be with the Lord. She had finished her race. She had run it well. She had her stumbles, because, we're all human. We all sin. She had those things where she fell, and she stumbled with drug addiction and alcohol abuse and all that kind of stuff. But she turned away from it. She repented, and
That's
she
awesome.
followed the Lord, and thankfully now she's with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's her passing is not awesome. The turnaround, the 180 is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just watching from where she came from to what she became. And then, ultimately the Lord called her home because her job was done.
She actually wasn't supposed to be born. Like, she was supposed to be born still.
Wow.
Because there were so many things wrong with her. And then after she was born, she wasn't supposed to make it past like 5 years old. Then after that, she wasn't supposed to make it after this certain age. So she was a fighter. Yeah, she was a trooper.
Yeah.
And she used that for the Lord.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful that I had a role model like her. For as little time as I might have, I'm very thankful I had her.
Yeah.
When I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's an awesome viewpoint to have.
Good.
The fact that you got to get close to her before she had passed, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome to have that little bit of, I want to say, somewhat normalness towards the end.
Yeah.
That way it's not like the past of the stuff that happened. Is, hey, you got to see her through her whole journey, get clean, find Jesus, all of that. It's awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm very thankful that I got to do that.
Yeah. So during all of that, that's not easy, like physically, mentally. What's something that helps you stay grounded, or like somebody that helped you through all this?
A lot of the youth leaders helped me a lot, because I don't know if you guys know Brian Armacost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's going through very similar things, so I was able to go seek advice from him. But also, I want to say like Gideon and Cameron, because those two have been my closest friends for a very long time. And so when my mom passed away, they were there, and they were there to just uplift me and help keep my mind on Jesus. And then my dad as well, he's just being a good role model of what it looks like to be a good Christian, to have a good ethic, all that kind of things. Like, just that's kind of who I looked up to throughout all that, through the years.
Yeah. Now, because I know you come from a larger family,
Yes.
so was that kind of helpful, like coming from all the traumaticness to seeing kind of the larger family where it's actually finally a healthy home environment, even though like you guys are all different?
hmm Yeah, and I think it was helpful because there were kids there who they're my siblings who went through objectively worse. I don't want to say worse because it's all terrible to go through anything like that. Sin is sin, and so,
Mm-hmm.
but objectively from our viewpoint, worse things that kind of help put into perspective that the world is just a terrible place to be in, and that the only way that it can be good is through Jesus Christ. And so I've tried to help be a good role model to them because I'm one of the oldest ones in the house. Right now, I am the oldest one because they've kind of moved out. Um, so I've tried to be a good role model, thinking about that, try to be a good influence of Christ.
Yeah.
Now, is that, I know you're a very young adult, so you have a lot of, I want to say, growing to do.
Absolutely.
But has that kind of set some, I'm trying to think of the words. So when you eventually find your one and you start to build a family and everything, is there certain things that you're like, hey, I don't want my house to be like this because I know what it experienced. So
hmm
is it kind of shaped how you want to raise your children of, hey, we're not going to do this, we're going to do this, if you get what I'm.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going. I want it to be more. I want it so that they have a relationship where they can come to me about anything, because I love my dad and love my parents, but I've always felt like I couldn't in some ways, which I knew I could, but it was just kind of that feeling of being scared and not owning up to my own sin.
Yeah.
So I want it to be clear that we all sin. I want my kids to realize that and realize that they can come to me and that they're not gonna, unless it's some wild, they're not gonna get in a lot of trouble if they come to me first, and we can talk about it and figure out how to grow from whatever they did
Yeah.
or didn't do.
So have like an open door policy that, hey, you can come talk to me about anything. If you're struggling with something, you're not going to be in trouble.
Absolutely.
But, on certain things, you're going to have you're going to have the earthly consequences for it. You
Yes.
may be forgiven for it, but you're still going to have to deal with
hmm
the worldly consequence of that, or uh, the disappointment, because you might be disappointed in that action,
Yeah.
but help them.
It's a judge-free zone,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
consequences can be made.
Absolutely. That's
When I was a kid, that's what our policy was. Like,
Mhm.
okay, we did something throughout the day. We didn't say anything about it. But, dad comes home. He's like, did you do something today? No. Are you sure? It's like, okay, well, I accidentally hit my sister. Okay,
Mhm.
well, that's not okay. And because that's not okay, here's your punishment. It's like, thank you for like being honest about it. That's the first thing.
absolutely.
And your punishment for that, there still is one, but it's lighter,
Yeah, I wanted to be known that if you come to me first, the punishment's not going to be nearly as bad as if you lie about it.
Or I find out about it. You didn't
Yeah.
tell me. Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest thing is I hate liars. I hate people who lie to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, well, I don't hate the people, but you know what I'm trying
You
to say.
hate the action.
Concept of lying, yeah.
So if you lie to me, the consequences are going to be a lot worse than if you come clean, like if you come to me or you just tell me outright if I ask you.
Yeah. 100%. What? Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. I'm trying to word this question better. Because you kind of answered it a little bit, but
Mhm.
how has your faith and worldview shaped kind of your experiences and how you want to like move forward?
So are you saying like how has my experiences shaped my faith? Is that
Yeah,
the way?
so all of your experiences, so going through foster care,
Mhm.
um, I forget, I know it's Richard.
Yeah. Richard and Christina.
So living with Richard and Christina, I can't talk right now. And then finally having that peace, like at home life,
Mhm.
and dealing with loss, like massive amount of loss and all of that. And then growing up, and I want to say in youth group, in engage camp, with all of that, how has that, transpired to who you are and what you want to be today?
Yeah, I think it's helped me realize that the things that happen to you, they don't define you. So me going to foster care, that doesn't define who I am as a person. Me losing my mother and father, that doesn't define me as who I am. I find my identity in Christ and that he died on the cross and rose again on the third day. And that's kind of helped me realize and help me put one foot in front of the other whenever something does happen.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who will let that define them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They'll use it as excuses. Oh, well, I was in foster care.
Yeah.
I was in this. My parents did this, and I'm going to say this. We're not filtered here. They'll be bums.
Yeah.
They'll purposely go out and sneak out of the house, go do drugs, go do whatever.
They'll use it as an excuse to be a bad person.
Yeah. When no, just because of your circumstances. Now, is it challenging?
Absolutely.
Yes. But it doesn't define who you are. You define who you are and what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't let it be an excuse, then you'll be successful.
Yeah. That's good. Where do you see yourself being in the church within, because like what area do you serve in right now?
I haven't, ever since I kind of worked at Chautauqua, they kind of had me working a lot of Sundays, so I haven't been doing it as much, but I've been serving in the kids ministry.
Okay. So you work with like Graham and
Yep.
Yeah. Would you ever want to like work in the high school?
I think eventually, yeah. I don't know if I want to do it as of right now because I just graduated from it.
Still, yeah.
So I kind of want to let myself grow as a person and in my faith in Christ before I go in and influence other people.
Yeah.
And I would say
That makes
let
sense.
your peers kind of transition out
Yeah.
that way, because obviously you went to youth group with a lot of them. So
Mhm.
to go from being with them to now in, I want to say, a leadership role,
Mhm.
it can add some challenges. So.
Yeah, and I want to allow time for the new seniors, the new juniors, the new sophomores, the new kind of generation step up as leaders, let them have their own time to grow and be their own youth group and not have it be what it used to be just because I'm there.
Yeah. So where do you think you'll see yourself in the church in, like, I'm just gonna say 5 years?
Probably by that point I'll hopefully be working with the youth group. I'd like to have a role in some way in the church, whether it's on a deacon board or whatever it is, just some sort of role within the church that helps inspire other people and helps kind of shine the light of Jesus to new people who come in.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing, maybe, because I know you guys get kind of a wide variety of high schoolers in general, or even middle school kids. Have you thought about being maybe like a counselor to them? Or I forget, there's a term one of our churches used for that, but almost like the buddy system, that like if they know a child has come in and the circumstances are similar to yours,
Yeah,
to step into that and be like, hey, I'm here for you. You need to talk, or hey, let's meet up once a week to, just talk in a safe space.
absolutely. I think I could have used that at that point, and so I would absolutely be open to doing something like that, especially if they have similar circumstances. I can help them, give them advice on certain object or some certain things that happen, and just kind of help give them maybe next steps and a better look at what to do next than I originally had.
Yeah. And
I would absolutely be open to that.
And a listening ear that has walked in their footsteps, so you can relate to them and understand. And I mean, sometimes we've talked about this, is just let them be able to speak through their problems, because sometimes all you need to do is verbalize it.
Yeah, all you need to do is
It's easier
say
for
what
them,
your
especially if
thoughts.
they know that person's gone through the same issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like they're just talking to this.
Someone who can't relate, can't feel that pain
Yeah.
that you
Right.
felt.
Or there's just this person who they feel like is just above them. Because I know that's something that I kind of struggled with going to leaders. Like, oh, well, this person, they're better than I am. They're in a better position than I am. They're older than I am. I was almost intimidated to talk to them. And so, like I said, with Brian, he went through similar things. So realizing that your guys are on similar footing, almost equal footing. If not, he's just a little higher because of his experience.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A lot more than a lot of people realize.
Yeah. When it comes to leaders, man, I feel like any person who goes through youth or whatever grade you're in, everyone always looks up to the leaders or are afraid to talk to them because I was in the same boat for the longest time. And I actually didn't start talking to the leaders until I moved to young adults. So for me, like it took a very long time. I will say by the time I got majorly into the youth department, I was already graduating.
Yeah.
So like our youth department, I only had like 2 services to primary the young adults.
Yeah.
But like previous churches I went to, I didn't really have that. Like, let me go seek a counselor and talk to them because I had that same thing of like they're gonna feel all like goody two shoes about it. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want that kind of response. I wanted like honest. Like, but once you realize, hey, I'm broken too, you're like, whoa, okay,
I can relate to this person. I can sit through, but yeah,
We're
I get
both
what you mean.
broken. They're not perfect
yeah,
either. So
right,
But they're broken too, and they can relate. They've been through it, done that, so maybe their advice can help out a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah, because I know there are a few counselors. You're like, yeah, no, I'm good. You seem too perfect in a little clean cut cubicle of whatever, you know.
or they got their own students they talk. Their own little group of students they talk to.
yeah, yep. That's I might have talked about that in a previous podcast where like one of the churches I'd went to, I'd walk in and everyone had their own groups.
Yeah, their own little cliques.
You know, and they didn't want to welcome anyone in. So it's like that's one of the things like I'm saying like a lot, dude.
Like,
I'm pointing myself out here.
you
Anyway,
name it, you name it.
yeah, you name it. When a new person comes to young adults, I always like pull them in, welcome them into the group. Like if I'm sitting on
Yeah.
the couch, come on, dude, seat right here.
The seat right here. Come
Yeah.
on, sit down.
You know, just want to make sure you pull them in because I've been in the boat of like I'll go to church or I'd go to youth group and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I can't do anything here. I'm trying and no one's pulling me in.
Yeah.
The youth leaders will be like, oh, come on, guys, welcome in, Will. And you sit down, you're like, hi, guys. Everyone's just like, yeah, everyone's like, oh, hey, Will. So anyway, about that football game yesterday.
Right.
I'm like, dude.
At least talk to me a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I think I always try to do that. Now, I didn't always do that, but I know like with Graham, he was telling you guys about it. I every week text him, hey, you coming to youth group? Hey, you coming to youth group next week? Hey, why weren't you here? So I think I realized because I was kind of one of those kids where I was kind of outside looking in, and I kind of had to like work my way in. And so I realized myself like that's a terrible place to be in, especially for a youth group, for a God fearing place. So I tried to be that person that brought people in.
Yeah.
Like there was this kid, his name was Devin. He was already a senior by the time he started coming. At least I think I'm pretty sure. He was a senior. I remember we were outside playing football the first time he came in. Brent brought him, and I yelled, like, hey, come play football with us. He jumped in, and pretty much immediately he jumped in and was having fun because somebody was there to pull him in.
Yeah.
Which I probably should ask about that with some of the my friends that still go to youth group about how they've done with bringing in and just welcoming new people.
Yeah.
Because I think it's in good hands because a lot of the people in there I know are really good, strong in their faith. But, you never know until you ask. So.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll ask this and then we'll kind of transition into more of like a Q&A since I always call us the elder 20-somethings, even though you're young, but he's old man at heart. So
yeah.
But I'll ask you one thing is what's a message you would give to kids in the foster care program today or somebody that they live at home and their parents are struggling with substance issues? Just to kind of encourage them or help them through, or just kind of anything, what message would you give them?
I think just be strong, and if you're a Christian in your faith, but I would encourage them, if they are not, to go into the Bible. Um, in the in those times, even though it feels like it's hard and it's like this is going to be my life forever, this is just how it is. There's another side to it. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, even though it feels like there isn't. Um, I would encourage them to jump into their Bible, read, figure out your relationship with Christ, because that will get you through everything. Having a relationship with Him is why I'm still here today. And I would encourage them that Jesus Christ, He did die on the cross for us. He did rise again on the third day. And putting my faith in Him, and putting your faith in Him, will be the best decision you ever make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. I like it. I like it. So now we're kind of open the floor. So
I guess we should ask, do you have any questions for us? Like, as you're entering your 20s, is there any curiosities you may have of what you're going to experience? For your age, you've already experienced a lot.
Yeah.
So, but do you have any questions for us?
Not off the top of my head. I'm sure I'll come up with some as we talk,
Yeah.
but not off the top of my head, because
Okay.
situations for different people are different. Like
Right.
now, I'm probably not going to get out like a house or apartment for a while, just because the way things are
Yeah.
in that kind of market, and so things look different from this time for me than it was for you guys.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
well, I guess I'll give a couple of things of advice. If you're still living at home and you don't have to pay bills yet, I don't know if you do or not, save, save, and save. So
Absolutely.
don't be, because I'm pretty sure we can both admit to this, don't go and stupid spend. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
I gotta get better at that. Honestly, it's just a lot of food I go out and buy. Like I'll go to Chipotle, but here now that I am accepted into college, I've been kind of tightening up on that.
Time for that ramen diet.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, exactly. Gotta have that
It's crazy, like how much of a difference it makes when you cut out fast food restaurants, especially. I know you work at one, so that's hard to do. But I've been fast food like drive-through. I'm gonna say drive-through sober for like 4 years now. I have a policy, I guess, in a way that's kind of I'm somewhat modding my truth there, because like I know we were setting up for an event. I went to Chick-fil-A and got stuff for the
Chick-fil-A is
people who
not
was
a
helping
drive.
out. It's a drive-through.
It is a drive-through.
So I will say that was a very rare occasion. But someone also, like, if someone gets me something from the drive-through, I don't count that. But
because you're not spending.
Yeah,
the
because it
money.
was free.
yeah, and it depends on the drive-through, right? Because Chick-fil-A is different than McDonald's and like Burger King.
It's
It's a little different. And
It's the
people would
Lord.
argue that Chipotle is a drive-through.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
People
Chipotle-
say that.
I've
But-
never seen a drive-through on a Chipotle.
You have the pickup orders.
They have a pickup window.
Well,
So people call it a
Fair.
drive-through for that.
Yeah.
For that reason.
that's my kryptonite right there. As I get Chipotle a lot.
Yeah, so I go to Chipotle every Thursday. But the point is, when you choose to, I guess, exempt the like unhealthier fast food, I would still say Chick-fil-A is pretty unhealthy. Let's be real. But
It's the Lord's.
and it's expensive
It's
too.
pretty blessed.
So like for me, Chick-fil-A is like a very rare treat. Like if I
Yeah.
get a gift card, I'll go. Rare occasions like that, when we were setting up, I was like, what do you guys want for breakfast? I went and picked up stuff.
Yeah.
But you see how much that's like impacting your budget, and you scrap it, big difference.
Mhm.
Very big difference. And then like I've talked about this on our first episode, but I switched over to a chicken diet for a while. I'm kind of off of it. I'm on turkey sandwiches now. They're so easy to make in comparison to chicken, dude. But it makes a difference. Like fast food makes you feel different.
It does that, and just you nickel and dime yourself so easy doing, because you're like, oh, I'll just get a drink, or I'll just get something real small, and then you look back and you realize, oh, I've done that 30 times.
Yeah.
And so that adds up very quickly.
Yeah, it does.
So the good thing with me about working at McDonald's is I get it free.
Must be nice, yeah.
So
Got any of them free coupons?
It's not free coupons.
Send
Darn it.
those over this way. Yeah.
Nah, they just kind of like, all right, we got you.
Oh.
It's essentially kind of what it is. I
Are
will
you-
say,
Sorry.
my mom ended up hurting her elbow and her wrist, and so she was in the hospital. And my parents could make dinner, so they did make me, because I had to bring home like it was like 8 cheeseburgers, 8 small fries. So they did make me pay for a little bit of it, but it was only like $5.
So that's
Not
cool.
bad.
Because it was so much, they made me pay a little bit. So it's not like you can't go crazy with it, but it's still like you get a meal, free.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that's cool. I lost track. Well, oh yeah. When you go to college, are you gonna get an apartment or are you staying home?
Well, I want to go to Bowling Green, and that is
Okay.
2.5 hours away.
So it looks like you're living on campus.
Yes, I will be living on campus.
There you go.
So
Okay.
here's a question: are your parents like your okay, I heard you refer them to mom and dad. So
Yes,
for episode formality, do you want us to refer as mom and dad or like your adopted parents?
Just whatever feels better for you. It doesn't.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll understand what you're saying.
Okay. So are your parents helping pay for a little bit of it, or
Their policy is they will help me as much as I help myself.
okay.
So as long as I'm working, I'm saving the money, I'm doing what I need to do, they're gonna help me any way
Okay.
they can.
That's cool.
So I assume you're going to get a job on campus.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to. I'm not driving 2.5 hours away every day to go
Yeah, no,
to work.
Be fun. Highly recommend. So I've never. So a dream of mine, but has sailed. I would have loved to live the like campus life, just for like 6
Come
months.
on, man.
I just think it would be fun.
Yeah.
But knowing a lot of people that
Avoid
have
the frat
lived on,
houses.
yeah, knowing a lot of people that have gone to college and lived on campus, something I would highly recommend is to stay out of trouble on Friday nights. Go home.
Oh yeah.
Go home and come back either Monday morning, leave first thing Monday morning, or come back late Sunday night.
Mhm.
We was just in Oxford on our motorcycles. What day was that? It had to be a Friday.
It was a Friday.
It had to be a Friday. And dude, it was funny. Like, it's funny to see some of the people there. Like, if you haven't gone to Oxford on a Friday,
Yeah.
do it, because
It's
don't do it on a motorcycle. Though.
No,
That's sketchy.
Dude, there was one guy, I don't know the full thing, but basically I don't know if there's a guy with a knife or something. They're trying to get us stopped. I'm like, I ain't stop him.
Yeah, so one dude was like waving us to pull over. I look over at the guy beside him. He looks very mad. Like, his face is red. He's screaming across the street at this other guy. And as I'm passing by, all I heard was knife. And I'm like, I'm not stopping.
Why would you stop for that?
I have no
That's a good way to get shanked.
idea.
Well, so my thought on that is because like motorcycle people traditionally, motorcycle people have guns.
Yeah.
So maybe
normal.
that is what I was expecting, but I'm like, no, I'm not inserting
Or
myself.
just some
No.
backup.
You
for the
guys-
battle that's about to
yeah.
happen there. We ain't doing that garbage.
Yeah, y'all are grown adult men. Y'all can handle yourselves. Now, if it was,
Figure it out yourselves.
yeah, if it was like a group of women, they're like, oh no, he's got a knife. Okay, we would probably stop and do
Yeah.
that. But y'all are like 4 grown men, and there's like one grown guy with a knife. You can handle it.
Yeah.
Figure yourselves out.
Yeah.
No, slap the knife out of his hand. Tell him he's goofy. No, but like, we had seen a guy on a it was a Segway. He had a boombox.
Yeah, one of the
He sold
JBL
no
speakers.
boombox.
No, he was in a wheelchair.
He might have been.
He was in a wheelchair.
I remember
'cause he
some
was-
dude holding a boombox.
Okay, wait, which time? Because we were in
Oh.
Oxford quite a few.
We went and got ice cream that one day.
When you were,
When you guys went on your little date.
Yeah.
was it with your dad?
No.
Okay, so the time we were with your dad, it was a guy in a wheelchair that had one of the JBL speakers in between his legs.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yep.
Yeah.
He was like, oh. He had it blaring. He didn't see us. He passed by. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, dude. His wheelchair was sick though. He had headlights on that
Yeah.
thing.
Oh.
He had a decked out chair.
And he actually had good music playing. I was like, no, dude, turn it up.
we
turn
turned
it up.
Yeah.
Jamming over here.
That's
no.
when we rode all the way to Oxford, and his Harley had some weird safety system in it where he could disable his ignition while the ignition was in the on position, and so like he had locked it, and so he turned the ignition off and he couldn't turn it back on, and he left his keys at home,
Oh.
and so we had to nominate Graham, whatever he was doing, to stop what he was doing, grab my dad's keys, and then come bring them so we could leave. So
Mind
during that
you-
duration, we had sat around Oxford. And this was before school had started, so there wasn't much
Wasn't-
traffic.
Nothing crazy going on.
And
Yeah.
mind you, it was dark.
We didn't leave there until like 10:30.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for Graham. Graham was
So-
OG for that one.
I don't usually go over to Oxford, but a couple months ago, I went over to Cameron was hanging out at Houston Woods. I'm like, yeah, I'll go over there. And so did not find him. I got lost. I pretty much got lost.
Yeah.
Found my way out, and we're like, you know what? Let's just go to B-Dubs. I'm like, all right. My phone was on like 3%, and it ends up dying.
Oh.
And the charging port is broken, so it needs like some magnetic
Wireless charge.
Yeah, and my wireless charger was dead, and I didn't have the charger. And so I'm like, crap. I had no idea how to get there. And so I'm driving. I'm like, hopefully it'll last. It didn't last. And so I got up pretty much to the stoplight. I didn't realize if you just kept going and turned left, the beat-ups was right there. So I turned left at that stop sign, and just kept going until finally found my way back to Houston Woods. And I found out I did have a charger in my car, so charged it up, got it working. I had like 13 missed calls for Cameron. He thought he lost me. He's like, what am I going to tell his parents?
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
Oh, and so Bowling Green's not a Christian university, is it?
I don't believe so, no.
So I highly recommend if you can find, because even Miami has, I forget what they call it. It's like a Christian young adult group or whatever.
Mhm.
I know you're not.
I don't keep up with that garbage.
I was trying to find that group up there because
Yeah.
obviously you're going to be isolated.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, it's a very, I assume, very worldly place.
so to find your group before it finds you.
Well, it's also the mindset of like, I'm saying like a lot, dude.
Stop me. You name it,
Seriously,
dude.
stop me.
Like, you name it.
All the things.
Focus on your bond with God. Like, focus on your what is the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it's relationship, but your morals. There it is.
Okay.
Focus on your morals. And like John was saying, on the weekends to try to go home or
Yeah.
try to be in a Christian audience, because my dad always says, tell me who your friends are, I'll tell you who you are. So obviously if you hang around it long enough, it's going to change you. But I feel that there's been situations I was in with work, old jobs and stuff where
Mhm.
as long as I stuck to my morals, I didn't let those people didn't get to me
Yeah.
as much as like someone maybe who might be struggling with that did
Absolutely. Yeah.
and does. So just stick to your morals. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, no. I refuse to go around any alcohol, drug, anything like that, because I've seen what it does to a family. I've seen how it tears people apart.
Yeah.
So I refuse to even set myself in that position to be tempted.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'll probably be going home, probably studying, maybe play. I might have like a computer or something, so maybe I'll play games.
Yeah.
Ready or not.
There you go.
Yeah, get ready or not. That'll keep you occupied.
Yeah. See, my thing is Minecraft.
Okay.
So
Okay.
You probably play a lot of Minecraft with Graham. Have you?
I've played it with him before, but not a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll be darned. Graham he used to play a lot of Minecraft. He still will too. Like, he'll get a server rolling. I'm the Minecraft troller.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
you go and wreak havoc.
Dude, so my thing was I liked stealing little items and hiding them. And so he had started a server with our neighbor. This is one of the best ones I remember. They had like this huge stairwell that went down to their nether portal, and they had an enchantment room with books, and
Oh.
this one wall was made of cobblestone
Mhm.
in the enchantment room. I'm like, there's no way they'll find. And so I'd memorized in my head, you had to use a pickaxe, you had to dig 3 times up and down, twice down, 3 to the left. You'd do that, you'd see my room. I had 2 stacks of chests, a furnace, always cooking cobblestone because you got to turn it back into stone,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To make it look like nothing ever happened. And just a couple other things I don't remember. And so a crafting table. And so I'd walked into his buddy's house. He had just gotten obsidian. It might have been obsidian armor. He had it on an armor stand just on display. And so I took that armor. I took all of his weapons. I put it in that chest. I walked away. He calls Graham the next day and said, tell Will to get my armor right now. And I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. I didn't take his armor. He's like, tell him to get the armor right now, dude. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm going to throw hands. I want to fight this guy.
I spent so much time on it.
And so I went, I got his armor. But to this day, like if he was to pull up that world, and if I was to remember that combination, there was stuff I'd stolen from people's houses, like 3 diamonds, some gold, iron, CDs, and just stuck them in that chest. None of them ever noticed. It's the minute things where like, I want to go grab. Wait,
Where did that go? Man,
where did that? Did I ever have that?
You just want to be it just enough to where it's a minor.
Yeah, like I must have used those 3 diamonds on something else. And then I'll craft something and be like, guys, check out this diamond pickaxe. Like, you don't play. how do you have a diamond pickaxe?
You're never on the server.
It's just the 3 diamonds I took from your chest 3 months ago. That's all it is. Misplacing blocks. I have one friend who she's like OCD. So her chest is like different colored wools, and like every single row is a different color. And so I took each individual chest, I put Will, so like one row of chest, Will was here, and put all the different colors in different places. It's just like, what in the world did you do, man?
We did like a little world with a couple of the people from McDonald's back when I first worked there. And so we built like this house in like the mountain or something like that. And so he's like messing with one of my other friends, this dude, and he ends up killing her. And so I come up and I killed him back. Dude, he got so mad. He's like, "Oh, I lost all my levels. Why would you do that?"
My spirit.
He got so mad, and he ended up rage quitting when she was the owner of it. And it was so like we all got kicked off, and he's like so mad. He was mad at me for like a week after that.
That's crazy.
He's like, I had like 23 levels, and you come in with knight in shining armor and can kill me. He's like cussing me out. I'm like, bro, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
It's never that deep.
There's some things you don't do, right? Like don't blow up someone's house. Don't do things like that. I knew a couple buddies who would do that, and that was upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mitch, funny enough, we had this world. It was creative and survival at the same time. And so I have this thing where I built a 10 by 10 house. Just nothing major. So I built my 10 by 10 house. I walked away. The next day I found that I opened it and there's just this huge hole in the floor. And I'm like, dude, like it went all the way down to the end, like you'd fall and die. I was like, dude, this is so stupid. And so like I was like, you know what? I don't even play this anyway. I blew up the whole house. And so I told Graham the next day, or no, I was talking to Mitch. I said, yeah, Graham thought he'd be funny and put a big hole in my floor. So joke's on him. I blew my house up. He's like, Mitch goes, I did that. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, that's crazy. You're messed up for that.
See, I'm the troll. I like the Flintstone and fire or whatever.
Oh,
no, that's not me.
So like somebody builds a wood house or whatever, or like, so you know how,
yeah,
like it'll be the stone outside, but then they'll have like the wood floor and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just go.
You're
watch
evil.
it all burn.
Or go like sneak under their house, put a bed of TNT, and then run what is it? The
pressure plate,
redstone,
and then blow it up.
Gosh, dude. Gosh. You're mean.
See, Will's like, yeah, I'm gonna do stuff just to ruin your day just a tiny bit.
It's
like,
pestering.
I will end your world.
He's like, take the door off.
You know, like the 30 hours you spent on this house? Yeah, it was all for nothing. Bye.
Yeah. Your red pane glass windows. I'm not gonna break those, but I will break the wood around it. Like I'm gonna break it, put it in a chest, and you have to put it back on. Like I'll take your door off. I'm not gonna break your chest.
Just subtle things that's gonna make you mad over time.
Yeah,
you're just like,
to pick up.
Yeah, all your time you just wasted.
Dude, we should start a Minecraft server.
No. So much. I'll be on there. I'll build my 10 by 10 house. I won't be back on it.
Oh, see, my house never ends. So like, I'll build a like super cool house. So I'll have the main level, the upstairs, the basement, and then I'll have the basement's basement, and then the basement's basement with a tunnel to another house, and then an underground layer. Like, it just.
I got one. I play on my phone, and I just got one. I just leveled the top off of a very small mountain, and it's very like, the house is like kind of organically shaped following the mountain. I have no idea how I'm putting the roof on that thing. It's such a weird shape.
Dude, the roofs are so difficult to do.
Yeah, I look really good on my 10 by 10 house. That's all I could say.
I was like doing the mountain house with I call it the infinity pool.
Oh, yeah.
So you put a pool over the cliff, so when you look down, you can see the through the pool.
I used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
When we were kids, we had a bunch. Like I don't know if you guys ever watched Dan TDM.
Oh yeah, I
growing
used
up.
to watch him.
So we built his laboratory, and I used to be really good at building whatever skin I was wearing. And so if we find that world, there's like plenty of like at each skin I'd used, I built them. But when we moved here to our house that we currently live in, I'd actually built a replica of it, and I thought that was probably one of the most impressive houses I built. Like it was two size our house, and it looked so good. I don't know, it was Graham's world, so I don't know if he still has it, but if he does, I want to log on there and look at it so bad because I remember it being so good.
Yeah, me and a couple of my buddies, I don't know if he still has it. He might still have it. This world where we would build an outline, put some torches down, build like a big wall of sand, and we would have like there was times where we were like, okay, each side build a gym, and we're gonna see whose is better. And so we take the torches or take the first layer of sand off. The sand will fall. And we reveal the buildings. And one time, I don't even remember what the uh theme was, but I ended up going like super high, like enough to where like you look up, you wouldn't be able to see it. And I ended up building like I don't want to say a replica of heaven because it definitely wasn't, but like I ended up building heaven. Like I built like big archways, golden streets, like the works. And that's probably the best thing that's probably the best, like most proud I've
Wow.
ever been at building something.
Yeah. Did you guys ever play Build Battles?
No.
I think I played it a couple times. Yeah,
That was very fun.
I sucked at it.
You would have like 5 minutes. They'd give you a category and something to build, and you had 5 minutes to build it, and everyone would vote on your build.
Yeah. That's
And
essentially
so-
what we did. We just did it on our own world instead of on the
Yeah, that's what it
official.
reminded me of.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel old now.
I mean, it dates back to be pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Old.
It's actually pretty old.
Yeah,
So,
like it was
yeah.
on PC before it was on console.
Yeah.
And dude, I've played Minecraft since it came out on console, and you didn't have a stamina bar.
Yeah,
So I started playing Minecraft on the phone, and then transitioned to the iPad,
mine
and then
was
the Xbox, and then the PC.
mine
played on the
was like
360.
I occasionally play. I'd played on the iPad. I moved to sometimes on the Xbox, and now I'm just on my phone. Hopefully once I save some money, I want to get the PC. That'll be in a little bit, but I want to be able to play Minecraft and stuff on that because it's easier for me. I feel like with the keyboard and mouse over the phone and
Hey, if you need
Over.
help, I know you have a brother-in-law who knows how to build just
I have a brother. Yeah, Tyler. He's built a couple of them.
No, Nate.
Well, I didn't know he did that. I know Tyler's built a couple.
Yeah,
He's
Nate.
built one. He got in trouble and got taken away. So he built another one, and I think he broke it, or he just built another one because the other one he built sucked.
No, Nate
his
helped
words.
me make my PC.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know he did that. That's
Yeah.
actually really cool to learn about him
PC nerds.
because they just moved in. They got a little trailer. It's not a trailer. It's like an RV, and they moved it in pretty much to our backyard, and they got it set up. So they just moved in there.
Nice.
I think
That's
yesterday.
cool. Like a motorhome.
Sort of. It's a trailer,
Oh, okay.
but it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Like a camper?
Yes, camper. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Actually, I thought so. Before I bought this house,
Mhm.
I was looking out. First off, I don't know if you looked at real estate prices; they're absurd,
Mhm.
and especially land prices. So I wanted to buy a piece of land. There's actually 7 acres, out towards Oxford, and it was completely wooded.
Really,
And I was like, "Bruh."
that'd be so.
It had a dirt road that went basically to the middle of it,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was trying to buy it and everything, but like the bank wouldn't finance it because like my idea, I wanted to do it, so I just wanted it had power and water and everything ran at the street, so I just had to run it back,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just gonna basically build a quick barn, so it'd be a big barn.
Yeah.
But build a big barn, literally put a toilet, like a shower, toilet, a water hookup, and put a camper in there.
Mm.
And then slowly clear the trees out
Yeah.
and do all that stuff. But obviously, the bank doesn't want to finance property if you're
Yeah.
not putting an absurd. I think they wanted like 40% down
Oof.
on
Yeah.
top of 7 acres that they're already wanting absurd. I was like, well, that takes like all my money to like do everything I was wanting to do. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah, we have 25 acres.
you guys want to sell 5?
gotta talk to my dad about that one. I
Yeah,
don't
hey,
know if it's
Rich.
I don't
Hey,
know if he'd send it to
Rich.
you. But a lot of it's field, but there's a bunch of wooded area as well. We have our driveway is like a mile long.
I feel like I've been to your house before.
I've been to your house before.
Like to drop grandma for like a birthday party or something.
I think I was
maybe
with Cameron. I think we were
Lillian.
dropping one of you guys off.
It might have been William, maybe.
Or yeah, Eli's related to you, isn't he?
Yes, Eli.
Yeah, I think it was Eli.
Okay. But I don't know. Maybe you have. It's different. When we first bought that house, it was terrible. Like there was trash everywhere. The garage, like it was filled above my dad's head with trash. We cleared that out. Like there was just like beds of trash all over the like yards. There was the house had like at least a foot of trash in every room.
Jeez.
Like it was disgusting. We got that all cleaned out. We moved in, and we've tore down a couple of fences that were just there for no reason. We've added a couple of fences because we now have 3 horses.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. My dad built a chicken coop and a chicken run right by the garage because we have, I think, 20 chickens.
That's what it was. Me and Cameron stole. What didn't steal? Got eggs because we're egging somebody's house or something. I forget. I don't know.
Oh, so was it Jacob's house?
Yes. Yeah. We
Okay.
egged Jacob's house.
See, it's not. You didn't. This is the new house. You went to our old house, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
you've been. Yes.
Sorry,
it
I was
was-
at your old house.
Yeah, it was Eli. It was Eli and William.
How recently did you move into this new place?
It was last August, I think.
Okay. It was
Okay.
way.
Oh.
I haven't been there yet then.
So
No.
you were at their old house.
Yeah. But
Hey, so what you got to do? Ready to save up, and instead of moving out, save up enough to run water, electricity, and sewer, and buy a camper, and just go like on the backside of the
Or
property,
just build a small 1,000 square foot house.
or
See,
just build a barn.
we can't do that. You have to have
Permits.
100 feet of road frontage, and the driveway. We do not own the driveway. Our
It's an
neighbors own
easement.
the driveway. We just have a pass-through agreement. So you go down the driveway, and
Get wise off.
yeah, you go over here. You keep going and then turn right. You'll be at our property. But just before it, you turn left. You go to our neighbor's property.
That's
They own the
Because you guys have an easement.
driveway. So we cannot build like a house or anything. But we've built the barn for the horses. Like that's fine to do. But you can't like build like a house because you have to. I think it's like 100 yards of yard.
so you can add an addition onto your house that has a really long hallway that goes to a house,
I'm
Yeah.
sure,
but it's just an addition onto your house.
I'm sure you could. But my dad wants to add an addition because it's kind of small in areas where we need it to be a little bit bigger, and we only have 1 bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, hold on. How many people do you have in your house right now?
Let me figure that out.
Because I know you guys have a large family.
If there's more than 3, you need another bathroom.
Bruh,
You need like
if
2
there's more than 2.
you
There's-
need more than 1 bathroom.
I think 13 or 14 of us, and
Wait,
then
oh, bro.
and McKenna and Nathan just moved in, and they do not have their
Water hooked up.
they don't have their bathroom hooked up yet, so they're gonna.
Holy
Sweat.
cow!
Bro,
How does
you're-
dude? The bathroom's being used all the time.
How does
pretty
how
much.
does your mornings go? Like, how does anybody get ready?
See, I wake up. I don't have to go to school, so I wake up after they're all gone.
Yeah, that's
Bruh. I
So-
struggled. I had like house guests staying with me for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I have 1 bathroom.
Mhm.
And like I'm still trying to figure out how to put a second bathroom in because sharing a bathroom with somebody that
Do you have
had
a
the
slop sink in
same-
your basement?
What?
Do you have a slop sink in your basement?
What's that?
A slop sink? Do you have a sink in your basement?
I have like water down there because the laundry room used to be downstairs,
There you
but
go.
I moved it upstairs.
Well, then yeah, you could put it downstairs.
But then I had to break up the concrete to run the toilet.
So
That's about it.
yeah,
Do you have a drain down
jackhammer.
there?
Yeah, I got a drain.
Get a jackhammer. Hammer
Just
that.
run it into
Just
run it.
Stick the toilet in the drain.
Hey, just run it in the drain to the sump pump.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
Genius.
fertilize the yard.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, no,
fertilizer for your garden.
bruh. I don't know how you do that. So I grew up with 3 older sisters.
Yeah.
And a lot of the houses we lived in had Yeah, it was one bathroom. It was awful.
Oh yeah,
It was awful.
yeah. We had 2
Yeah.
bathrooms growing up in my house.
Well, for a majority of the time, we had 3 bathrooms at the other house because there was the bathroom in the master bedroom. There's a bathroom upstairs and there's a bathroom downstairs. But then we had a bigger basement, and my dad turned part of it into a room because Rob Quigley lived with us for a while. So he turned that into the room, but then he never finished it. So it's essentially he just built the wall and put an outlet on one of it. It's like, here you go. But then McKenna and Nathan moved in, and they moved in down there. And so he put a bathroom down there as well. So we ended up with 4 bathrooms.
Wow. How many bedrooms is your current house you live in?
So when we moved in, there was 4.
Okay.
We turned one of the rooms into a bedroom. Tyler, for some reason, sleeps in the living room. And then my sister Samantha and my mom sometimes sleep on the downstairs couch.
Okay.
My mom just sleeps down there because my dad likes to sleep in a warm room, and my mom does not. So she'll go downstairs so she's not super
Sweating.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
She likes it cold.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like the Brady Bunch house.
yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
it is.
I couldn't imagine.
You know what that is?
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? I think that was your dad.
Probably. Yeah, we had 2 bathrooms growing up, and even then it was technically 1 because the master bathroom was my parents and no one could really use it, even though we did.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because I grew up using their bathroom and I still do. We have a bathroom which very soon when Grammy is out, it's only gonna be Lillian's, my little sister's bathroom, because I just use the master one. I always have, always will.
You just need to put a bathroom in your basement.
When I had 4 sisters in the house, or 3 even, dude,
Oh, I bet that was so bad.
ladies, if you have brothers and you shower, clean the darn thing out when you're done.
The
They'd leave
shower drain?
conditioner, that too.
The drain.
The
they would
hair
leave-
in the shower.
Yeah, they would leave conditioner on the bottom of like the tub floor, and you'd get in there as like a skating rink.
Oh, yeah.
I fell out of the shower one time because of that, dude. I got in, and I'm an idiot. I still do this too. I'll get in and then turn the shower on, and so it's freezing cold for a
Oh,
couple
I don't
seconds.
do that. I turn the water on and then get dressed so that once I get in, the water's warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I'll pull up on the faucet or whatever, and I'll step back and let the cold water hit the floor. And so when I did that, I pulled it and I stepped back. I slipped straight out the shower. I was half in, half out, and I'm just sitting there like, "Hi."
No.
I got up. I had a carpet because we had like one of those little throw rugs.
Mhm.
I had carpet rash on my forearms for weeks, and I'm like, dude, you guys need to clean up. And even you can put those little grip strips in there. The conditioner builds up on the grip strips.
Yeah, that doesn't end up helping.
Yeah, growing up with 3 sisters, that shower drain, because they put that little cup that gets all the hair and everything, but then, like you said, the conditioner just builds up. There's this ball of nastiness.
Yep.
Yeah.
And okay, now you got me on a rant because women always are like, oh yeah, guys are disgusting, blah, 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 blah. You ever share a bathroom with a woman? It is disgusting.
They take showers.
They pull their hair out and put it
leave
on the wall.
On the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you don't want to touch the wall because
Yep.
it's got their
Yeah.
nasty hair on
You
it.
gotta like clean the shower before you get in. You're like, ew. And then you're like gagging because, okay, you know. whatever.
Yeah.
But you're like gagging because you're like, ew. And they always wonder why the thing backs up. Like,
It's like, because it's got all your hair in it.
yeah. You know how many times my shower drain has clogged up?
None.
None.
0. It's weird.
Ladies, clean up your shower when you're done. All right. Because I feel like even me, I don't shed a lot, but if I was to, I would clean it up.
Yeah.
Or, hey, can you not use like the hottest setting of water so there's a little ounce of hot water for us?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I've taken a lot of cold showers.
I've done that too. I hate taking cold showers. So I get in there, I'm ready for a hot shower after a long day. I get in and it's not warming up. I'm mad.
He's
Yeah.
lukewarm.
You're
He's
lukewarm?
a lukewarm
I
shower
take a room
guy.
temp shower.
I like it hot.
So I did a winter season I did a whole season where it was cold showers only in
Mhm.
high school. I was looking to lose weight, and I guess for some weird reason I thought cold showers helped. They did. I really liked
Helps
taking a
wake
cold
you
shower.
up.
And so like, even John, like even when we're in a car, I have the AC cranked
Oh yeah.
AC's cranked. The car is cold. You can see your breath in there. He's like, dude, you're freezing us out in here. I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah, I like it. If I'm driving, I like it cold, and if I'm sleeping, I like it cold. Any other time, I do not want it to be cold.
So I like being cold. I take a boiling hot shower in the morning because like it wakes me up. I don't know. It makes me feel cleaner because it like opens all your pores up. You get a little of that sweat going on or whatever.
Same reason you use hot water to clean a dish. It gets all the dirt and grime off easier.
But then in my car, I have it's the auto climate, so I just set the temperature and I just leave it. I don't touch it.
Yep.
And then every time somebody gets in my vehicle, it's max AC.
Yep.
It's like, bro, I am like freezing.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? I take hot showers when I like my back's killing me to help break that up. But yeah, so now hot water. Since I did that, it was a season of shorts only, cold showers, and so I was in the snow in shorts because I was in high school, homeschooled too. I was in the house all the time.
Oh,
So when I went outside, I was outside for minimal time. I think it really helps build immunity to the cold. Because one winter season, I remember before I'd done that, I would go outside and had to wear gloves every time because I was just a little chicken, hated the cold. And now for my work, we're throwing out 50 during this last winter time. It was crazy here. Every morning I'd go out and throw salt out on the roads.
Oh yeah.
I had gotten so hot, I'd stripped off one of my Carhartt jackets. I had a Carhartt hoodie on. I rolled the sleeves up of the Carhartt hoodie, and I'm throwing salt out in like 10-degree weather.
Yeah. This past winter when we had the 2 snowstorms, we had to go to a hotel, like not a hotel, apartment, like complex area, had like a bunch of apartments.
Yeah.
And we would go over and we had to shovel it. So we started around 8 p.m. on whatever, it was like Sunday night. We did not end until 8 p.m. Monday night. No break. Kept going. And I got so mad because we started at one area, right? We're like, okay, we're finally done. We go back to the area we started. It looked like we did nothing because the snow just piled up again. I was so mad.
That was annoying.
We did that the first time. The second time it wasn't as bad because we finished pretty early in the morning.
Yeah.
And then, but it was all night. And I remember getting a text from Cameron. He had the flu. He's like, hey, can you help me come, like, shovel my driveway? I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Bruh, Cameron, walk out of your freaking house and shovel your driveway.
I'm like, I guess. So I go, I help. I go start shoveling. He gets back from the doctors and getting medicine and stuff, and he helps me shovel. And I'm throwing salt out, and I'm hot. Like, you don't realize how much you break a sweat when you're moving. Like, I was sweating. I was in a t-shirt and shorts, and I was sweating.
Yep.
And that's how it was when we were doing at the apartment complex. It was so bad.
Yeah.
See, when you're an adult, you get a snowblower.
We had a tractor at work, like a John Deere like a 25. It was a lawnmower with a shovel on the front. That thing was a joke because you had to I would pile up snow and it would get maybe like 2 feet high and it'd stop the mower. And so you'd have to back up, put it in drive and stomp on it. And it would hit the snow. You collide with it a little bit and it shoves it a little bit further. And I just kept doing that until I got the pile where I wanted it. But
I forget. Okay, I'm gonna butcher the name. So I know you don't use salt. Like, don't use salt on your driveways and stuff, especially if it's poured concrete, because it destroys it.
Yeah.
I think it's sodium phosphate.
I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Something like that.
We could be wrong, but it sounds about right.
Yeah, whatever the not damaging salt, like it says safe salt. I'll shovel and then I'll use that it's going out of style. Because I'm not, especially because my driveway's on a hill.
Yep.
So I salt that really good, and then usually I do that. Everything's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So when we started, it was the first time we did it, and we salted it, but I guess we didn't do it enough. And so what we started doing is we used 3 bags for one strip of sidewalk. We took a large McDonald's cup, scooped out, and just went.
Yep.
Used one per square of concrete because we're not doing this again. Yep. We're done. I'm going home. I'm tired. And I had to drive us home on 0 hours of sleep. So I'm driving home. I have a monster in one hand. I have the window rolled down so that cold air is blasting me in the face so I don't fall asleep.
Oh yeah, I've had those. Okay, do you like driving in the snow?
I mean, it depends. If it's a good car and it's not gonna like skin slide everywhere, it's fine. I don't care. But if it's like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to get new tires for this car because I don't think these tires are gonna do well in the snow.
Hey, coming from a former broke 18, 19-year-old who wrecked their favorite car because they procrastinated not putting tires on it, get tires.
Yeah.
All 4 of them.
Yes.
And don't just go with the cheapest you can get. Get an actual good branded tire.
Yeah.
I always recommend getting all-wheel drive vehicles, depending on what kind of job you have to. I got a Subaru, so all-wheel drive, and it was a warrior. It was a warrior for the winter season.
Yeah.
So our company provides us company cars, and so it's always the last 2 I've had is Nissan Rogue. It's all-wheel drive. My last one before I got this new one, phenomenal in the snow. When I say phenomenal, there was that huge snowstorm we had where it was like almost a foot.
Yeah, that's when we were doing the.
Yeah, I drove through. It was uphill.
Mm-hmm.
It was uphill. I had to stop at a gate, wait for a gate to open, and then go. It acted like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And then I got my new one, and it like tries to like kill itself.
Yeah. My dad has a GMC SUV. It's got all-wheel drive, and he got pretty good snow tires on there. It was like driving on a normal road. Like it's a beast in the snow as well. It's a really good car, and I'm glad I was driving that and not a different car.
I actually prefer in this like snow. I prefer driving my Rogue over my truck.
Really?
Well, yeah, because if you don't have weight in the back of the truck, it's
Even
so
though it's
easy to get
four-wheel
the back
drive.
end to spin.
Yeah.
I did that. I'm kind of ratting myself out. If my supervisor is listening to this, please don't listen to this part. But I was driving a company truck. It's going 40 miles an hour up Liberty Fairfield, or not Liberty Fairfield. It's before you turn onto it, but it was barely snowing, just sleet on the road, and I'm coming up, and I change lanes, and so the lane changes, and the back end just started tail fishing.
Oh yeah.
And so I know how to control a vehicle in that kind of situation, right? And of course, you can always lose control, but I felt like the whole time I had control of the vehicle. And so I'm sitting there like, I can do a full rotation on the wheel both ways. I was.
Yeah.
And during that duration, I'm going, because my coping mechanism is humor.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm sitting here going, wee. My coworker in the passenger seat, he has like really sensitive eyes, and so he's wearing sunglasses. His eyes were closed, and he's like, "Will, are we gonna die?" And I'm like, "No, Dave, we are gonna die.
It's gonna be fine."
And so I get the truck to straighten out. Like I felt it straighten out. I'm like, him and I both were like, and we pulled over at our building, and I was like, "Dude." So the point is, with a truck, it's so easy to lose the back end.
Yeah. Do you remember when we got that storm? When we had like those tornadoes a couple months ago?
Yeah.
It was like right after youth group, and I had one of my buddies. He came to youth group with me, and so I was driving him home, and it was getting bad when I was dropping him home. Like, it should be okay to go home. I don't need to stay. It's fine. I'll take them home. It's whatever. Not even 5 minutes after I'm gone, the wind picks up, and it's a SUV. It's like GMC SUV. It's almost like pushing over the car, and there's like things flying around. I'm like, yep, nope. Got to roundabout, turned right back around.
Yep.
It was bad.
Where are we at on time here?
We're probably gonna be wrapping up here. Yeah. But do you have any other advice or any questions you want to ask before we wrap up?
I think advice: stay in your word, stay praying, stay with your worship, because if you don't, it's going to be real easy to focus on the bad and forget that Jesus wins, that we win in the end, and that no matter what happens in this life, we win in the end. Jesus has already defeated death. Nothing that Satan does or the enemy does to attack us will win, because we have Jesus. So stay in your word. Keep your relationship with Jesus strong, because at the end of the day, that's all you're going to have. And at the end of the day, that's what we'll have for eternity.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on the podcast today. Thanks for sharing your
Thanks for having
story.
me.
It was a blast.
Yeah, always a pleasure to have you guys. probably have you on next season. But
Absolutely.
as we wrap up, if this conversation meant anything to you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Um, and to kind of like tote us a little bit. So we're working towards our first goal of hitting 200 subscribers. So if you can please share this with somebody, have them subscribe, just to help us keep these conversations going and to keep us growing. But yeah, we're gonna have quite a few more episodes. We're gonna end season 1 in December. We got some plans. We're not going to quite tell you guys what they are yet.
Season 2 is going to be a banger.
Yeah, but season 2 we're going to kick off in probably middle of January. But just kind of give you guys that little sneak peek. We got some excited stuff planned. But once again, thank you for listening to the Real Ones Real Talks podcast, and we will see you on the next one.